What is up, you guys? This is Do You Want a Bit of Brony here, and I've finally found myself a light source so you can see my face better, and so this should be alright, I guess. So, we're gonna get started for A Book for a Friend. Now, Book for a Friend. What to think about this? It's rather simple fake title, but it's a title, I guess. A Book for a Friend. What I can think about it is you're giving a book to a friend. So, Twilight giving one of her books to another family member. Well, yeah, it could be another family member, friend. What? Family members can be friends, so don't quote me on that. So still, okay. So I'm expecting this to be some sort of a Twilight episode, which, for some reason, I know we probably had other Twilight episodes, but they haven't been all that memorable. Twilight Time wasn't a Twilight episode, it was more of a CMC episode with Twilight in it. Let me see. What was the last Twilight episode we had? Monster Castle was a fake title. What was it? Castlemania? No, that wasn't really all Twilight. It was all main six. Huh. Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking through like the episodes, and yeah, I haven't had many like episodes just dedicated to Twilight alone. Okay. Really shows how much she has grown as a character and not needing to learn like needing to learn about friendship, because she has done that for three to 2 seasons, so I guess it's alright to have the spotlight be taken by all the other characters in this season. So that's cool. I know that probably one, maybe? Out of the Blue wasn't... Oh! Out of the Blue! Yeah, that was a Twilight, like, centered episode with Discord and Cadence, so I guess you can count that. Okay, cool. Alright, 3's a crowd. I still have the fake titles up for the videos, but through the fake titles I remember the real title to it, so just give me a minute. So okay. Alright. So this could probably be a Twilight centered episode because, books. Let's get started. And 3, 2, 1, now. Ooh, Rainbow Falls. Traders Exchange.
I'm not just going, we're accompanying a princess on an official royal duty! Please, it's not that
Royal.
big of a deal. There always has to be a princess at the exchange. Last year was Princess Cadence. This year it's me. It's just a formality. I'm sure none of the other ponies will even notice I'm here.
Okay, probably not.
Oh, this is amazing.
I don't see Derpy in that crowd.
But,
I'm already disappointed.
might have noticed.
Would have been a perfect moment for her, I'm just saying. But okay. So we're at Rainbow Falls for a trader thing. Alright, and Princess Twilight has a occupation there apparently. Well, at least a duty. But okay. I'll completely have mine. You know you all are my very best friends. Developed and devised by Lauren Faust. So let's see how they do things.
Oh my goodness! You said it! The Rainbow Falls Traders Exchange is simply divine. You can get anything you want here.
If you got the goods to trade for it.
Okay, I was about to say poor Spike, but
Thanks,
whatever.
Twilight.
Twilight saved him.
Ding, nick or dent. And this
Trade ya.
comic book wouldn't be in perfect mint condition.
Alright, it makes
anymore.
sense. You're at a trader
And if you want to
exchange.
trade for a mint comic, you gotta have a mint comic.
A mint comic. Nah, I'm just thinking of a comic with a giant mint on it.
I guess a pony who's here on official princess business has to expect a little fussing.
But all
Just a
I'm
bit.
supposed to do is settle disagreements over whether a trade is fair or not. And since the rule is that a trade is fair as long as both ponies get what they want, there's never been a disagreement. So there's really no reason for any pony to treat me as anything special.
Except Philly's.
Hi!
Because that happened
Can I
before.
help
Aw, she's adorable with a little tail wag.
There's a pony here who's got a signed first edition of Daring Do and the Quest of the Sapphire statue. And I'm gonna get it. I've been able to get first editions of all the Daring Do books, except this one. No ponies ever put together a whole set, and I'm gonna be the first.
if it hasn't been traded yet. It's the only one in all of Equestria.
Oh no. I'd really hate to see you disappointed. I did want to trade this bear call I brought for a bird whistle, but getting that book seems so important to me.
Wait.
So
You're
if
trading
you
a
give me
bear
help
call
at
for a
first-
bird whistle?
Normally I'd
Summoning
say
a
that
bear?
you would, but you're right. This is
Summoning a bird trumps
I
summoning a
gotta get
bear?
that book.
Hey,
Well,
it's
how about
Fluttershy.
we take a gander at some of the vintage stalls?
Did you say vintage?
Why, old and rare items are so in style right now. I'm hoping to get a vintage item as well. I just hope I brought enough to trade.
I know what you mean, Rarity. Hey, why don't we pool our trade stashes?
Pool?
That way, if one of us finds something real valuable she can't live without,
She'll definitely be able to get it. Who could say no to exchanging a single object for such a huge assortment of items? Oh yes, that is absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad I have a friend like you, Applejack.
I feel the same way.
Best
Then
friends.
let's go shopping!
Hey, there's Spike about to trade in his comic to that one guy.
Shouldn't your princessness be heading to the royal box seats? I may be the princess on duty, but I don't think that means I have
On.
to sit up there all alone doing nothing. Ever since I became a princess, Celestia's been sending me more books to read than ever. The library's overflowing, so I figured while we're here, I might as well trade away some books I don't need anymore.
Twilight trading away books? Blasphemy.
There it is! The first edition of Daring Do and the Sapphire Statue! It hasn't been traded yet!
That's great.
Lucky for
Rainbow
you,
Dash.
because I brought my most valuable possession to trade for it.
I'm gonna call her Goldilocks.
My lucky
Because she has 3 bears on her. That's her
I
cutie
want
mark.
What?
It's just a rusty old horseshoe. That's not worth anything to me.
But how is Rainbow Dash gonna get the book she really wants?
Well, she's not.
She's not.
Unless she can get me that.
Go get him, Kratos.
Oh, and Orthros helps.
And Orthros. I was gonna call him one head less of a Cerberus.
Stall doesn't want anything I got. But if you can get me the Orthros, I'll trade you the book for it.
You got it! I don't know how, but somehow we're gonna get that Orthros.
Orthros.
Oh, Applejack, I am so glad I found you.
Me too. You're not gonna believe it. I found a super valuable vintage item I just have to have, and all it's gonna cost is all our stuff.
Well,
Oh,
looks like we're in an impasse.
so where is this valuable vintage item you want to trade everything we have for?
There.
Where?
That rusted
Right there.
pan?
But that's a dented old pie tin.
Oh, it's
A
pie
dented
tin.
vintage pie tin. The metal they used to fashion this one helps cook the pies up to 5 seconds faster.
How does
They
that
don't make 'em
work?
like this anymore.
I am so
Well, all right.
glad you showed that to me, darling. Because once you see what I found...
Well, that guy's gonna have to clean that up.
Trade goods on that.
Wherever that guy. Where'd he go?
Just look at this gorgeous vintage brooch. It's one of a kind.
Really?
It looks exactly like the one you're already wearing.
Okay, I understand getting something you already have, but when you already are wearing
Makes
it?
it so much more divine.
But that doesn't make a lick of sense.
No, it doesn't.
Why, I wager if I switched them up, you wouldn't even know the difference.
Oh, don't be silly. Of course I would.
that eyebrow raise. it was good in Three's a Crowd, it's good
Which
here.
is the vintage one?
That one, of course.
Ha! You're bluffing.
Am I? How can you tell?
Yeah,
because-
Applejack, you remember to know which one is the real one
You
too.
want to waste our whole stash on is exactly the same as the one you already got.
I thought she was gonna say that hub logo thing was blocking the other one. Because it did.
It's a lot more likely they'd notice that than some dented tin that cooked a pie a whole 2 seconds faster.
5.
5 seconds faster.
Even I remember that rarity. That Orthros is not like. Ooh. Why the chain then? If you got a rope. Bloodshot's not gonna be phased.
Yes, such
such a good two-headed boy. Yes, you are.
Stop that! Come on, don't you start now too!
Okay, not the voice I would expect for that guy, but God, just reminds me of Kratos
So I'll give it to you straight.
because of the
I want
scar,
to trade this horseshoe for...
and the fact that Kratos would kind of look like that if he really was a pony.
Nope.
That just ruins the image for me, dude. Stop talking.
Watch out for the lamp! Well, I could use another lamp.
Oh, stand filled with
I'm still-
Discord-shaped lamps?
Come on, I really want to find one of those.
They really do have everything at the Trader's Exchange.
Oh
Will
man.
you trade a lamp for my horseshoe so I can trade it for an Orthros and get my book?
No,
Wow, that guy looks interesting.
but I'd trade it for an antique chicken.
Great! What's an antique chicken?
Oh, I got all kinds of antique chicken statues. I got your blue hens, speckled grays, your...
Okay, cool. So, will you trade one for a horseshoe so I can trade it for a lamp and then trade it for an Orthros so I can get my book?
I like how they use the one they showed in the
Well, let me think.
Keep Calm and Flutter On,
No.
and not the ones that they had refurbished.
But I'd gladly trade one of my chickens for a crystal chalice.
A crystal chalice.
Hang on a sec.
And this for that, and these for those, and those for
Trade one
these.
chicken to trade for a lamp to trade for an Orthros. So, what are you willing to trade for? I'm guessing it's gotta be some crazy thing way across the exchange.
Actually, I could use a slightly rusty old horseshoe.
Yeah, but where am I gonna find...
You have one of those.
I want one of those! Now that we've got the chalice, this is gonna be a cinch. Do you really think so? All we gotta do is bring this thing to the chicken stand, and we are...
Shatter. Good luck. Good luck now.
You want me to trade all my books for a broken pen?
Seems like a fair enough trade.
All right, fine. You got yourself a...
Twilight.
I was trying to get rid of all the books I don't need anymore.
At least give it to a person who looks like she wants to learn.
Really want that?
Well, not really, but I'm running out of library space, so...
Oh my gosh,
How can you run out of library space?
I can't believe that almost happened, but luckily it didn't happen, thanks to me.
What are you talking about?
According to the rules of the exchange, a trade is only fair if both ponies end up with something they want. You can't break the rules.
And you're a princess. It's like double the
I
bad.
don't think any ponies off. But you are not gonna say anything, are you? Haha, just kidding. Or am I? Sometimes I can't even tell,
Come on,
You
Pinkie
know,
Pie. You and
why don't
children.
Go check out the rest of the exchange and trade whatever you brought.
I might make you into cupcakes, or am I?
Pony watch. I'm not going anywhere. I won't let you make a mistake like that again. Hey, every pony, step right up. Do not walk. Don't look over here for your
Do not
chance to
walk.
trade
So
my
walking is canon?
designed official princess merchandise.
Whatever. I think they said walk sooner, later on, like other times in the series, but it's always been chanting.
Oh, that took forever. I just hope it looks okay.
This is horrible.
This is perfect!
Of course.
Perfect for the broken chalice mosaic I'm making. All right, so what kind of antique chicken do you want? I got speckled, brown, gray,
Oh
ochre,
no!
web
The pony we're
water,
supposed to trade the
buff
chicken
leopards,
statue to didn't tell us what kind he wanted. Okay, look, I'm fast. I'll fly over to the lamp stand and find out what kind of chicken he wants. Just don't let any pony trade for any chicken while I'm gone, okay?
Right.
Well, okay. I can do that, I think.
You can do it, Fluttershy. Flutter confidence is what you need to be.
Well, maybe you shouldn't get one of those. You know, unless you really want to.
They cut in line, you penalize. Don't apologize.
Eat it! You go. I'll stay here.
Better.
Well, since we can't both get what we want,
Hi,
I'll be
Fluttershy.
better friend. You take our trade goods and get what you want.
I'm an amazing friend. So even though it's for something that don't seem valuable at all, you take our stash.
How dare you let me get what I want? What kind of friend do you think I am? You're going to get what you want.
No, generosity is better than honesty. I'm honest with you. Take my stuff.
Hello? We got the kind of chicken you asked for. Hello? Where's the pony running?
Wait, Spike is still there?
On
Spike,
the
just
way.
trade the stupid comic.
These books made Twilight the princess she
Actually, no.
She was nothing. That's zero. Hey, then you read these books and voila! Princess!
That's more of a
So who
king
wants to
kind of
start?
crown, but okay.
Just a moment, please. Pinky, I appreciate your help and all, but I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this. No pony should trade for my books just because I'm a princess. I'm not better than any pony else.
You keep saying that, and yet,
I know
kinda
you're
you
not
are.
better than every pony.
Well, at
Just
least in,
listen to me. Did I
like,
mention that
tiers.
Princess Twilight got these books from Princess Celestia?
Whoa, wait. You don't mean...
Oh, that's right.
A princess had
Princess!
double princess power!
There he is.
Look,
Like, seriously, he looks really, really, really interesting.
so we can trade you for a lamb.
Sorry, girls. Been trading all day. My belly's telling me it's time to eat a nut burger.
Oh, come on.
I mean, like, he has the kind of design that an,
Pretty please.
like, an OC character would have. That's all I'm
Sorry.
saying.
Belly says no.
But the exchange ends at sundown.
Unlike the other guys we got. Okay, like, in Lesson 0, you saw Celestia do the sun like, boom! But now she's, like, slowly doing it this time.
Next.
Pick one, Celestia, pick one. Fast service, easy food. Do not complain if your order is not done yet. It's like, not, like, raw. Wow, so like, comic book trading is serious business.
As long as this thing doesn't drown us in slobber.
Yet.
Oh, he's just an affectionate little two-headed fellow, aren't you, little boy?
Only when you're around. Fluttershy, only when you're
I
around.
insist. You go fetch what you
Look at him in the background.
Because that's the kind of tried and true friend I am.
I am way too generous to let you
I
out.
knew she's gonna pull a generous card. Oh, she's backing up.
We gotta hurry.
Don't worry, Rainbow. Frogger time. I'm a whiz at this game.
Daring to stand through this crowd in time.
Bear call. And again, you want to trade that for a bird whistle?
My bear call.
No, you're not gonna get it at all.
Of course, it's just a bear call. There's nothing I could have traded it for that's more valuable to me than you.
Oh my God, Fluttershy, why are you such a perfect friend? But
Okay.
it's bad
Game's
to do that.
almost over, but we did it. We traded a crystal chalice for an antique chicken.
And the chicken for a lamb.
Again.
And the lamp for an Orthros.
Just like you asked.
So here you go. Now, where's my book?
Yeah, you know, the thing is...
You don't want it anymore?
I don't want an Orthros anymore.
People and their indecisions.
But
Look, you broke
what
her.
do we do now?
Poor Rainbow.
Oh goodness! Oh goodness! Ah! Ugh. Good boys.
Hey! You said you wanted an Orthros.
I've been watching that thing over in the Ancient Beast booth. It's crazy!
You're just now noticing this? And besides, you're hurting its feelings.
Orthros.
It looks
You just
nice.
have to know how to treat them. With a little patient training and a big slobber mop, they can be a wonderful household pet.
They're very loving.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll trade you.
You're daring to book.
If she comes and stays with us in Manhattan until it's trained.
Gosh, training an Orthros takes a long time. I'll probably be gone from Ponyville for I don't even know how many moons. But if that is what you really want...
So
Rainbow?
we got a fair deal?
Of course it's a deal! Yeah!
Rainbow,
I did it!
you're trading a book
Can you believe
for a...
Oh no! What did I do?
Yeah, what did you do? You trade a book for a friend. I get the title now, you stupid ingrate. I hate you, Will. Hate you.
That's Celestia. Did I say princess?
Over here! Over here!
It's gonna bounce back. It's gonna bounce back somehow.
All night, with nothing to read by but the light of her own horn. Ooh, now that looks fun.
That does look fun.
These are the books that made Twilight the princess she is.
Oh my god,
So
Pinkie
who's got
Pie.
what it takes to trade for them?
Oh, when you put it like that.
Now it's just so special, I don't think anything I can give is best is good
Oh,
enough.
yes, they are.
But I thought you wanted to get rid of them.
None of those ponies had anything valuable enough to trade for my books. Not because these books belong to a princess, but because they help make me who I am. Just like you said. This is the one I was so absorbed in the day Spike decided he owed Applejack a life debt. And this one reminds me of the day I got it, which was the day I met you. I may not ever need to read these again, but that doesn't mean they don't have value. I
Aw.
realize that now, thanks to you, Pinkie.
I told you I'd take care of everything.
Twilight! I need you to say a trade wasn't fair! Fast!
I've
Okay.
heard what you both have to say, and I'm
Look
sorry,
at Twilight
Rainbow
being
Dash,
regal
but my
and
hopes are
important.
tied. You said it was a fair trade.
Yes, you did, Rainbow.
Yeah, I said it, but I was wrong! I did want that book. A lot. I said I wanted it more than anything in all of Equestria. But there's no thing that's worth as much to me as a friend.
Because a book
I
sucks.
might have forgotten that for a little bit.
For a little
But it's
bit.
true. Which
Long
means
enough for you to
there's
make a
no
trade.
way this trade can be fair. Oh, come on, that's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Whatever.
Okay, the trade's off.
Cool.
And with that, I declare this trial and this year's Rainbow Falls Traders Exchange over.
They keep the Othros, right? Anthros, right? Serious business.
I know it's not the pie tin you were after, but I hope you like it. It's the rustiest piece of junk I could get.
Huh. Well, I took my half of our stash and got you this.
Friendship.
And I know you're gonna love it, because you already have a bunch of ones that look exactly the same sitting in the drawer doing nothing. So that should settle it once and for all, which of us is the better friend.
Oh, come on! You both gave up what you wanted to do something for each other.
Like a Christmas
The
Carol.
coolest thing a friend can do.
Not the Christmas Carol. Something that Christmassy.
Hey, where's your double
You know what I mean.
I traded
Harmonica
it
for
something
a
way
locket.
better.
I don't know.
Well, what do
So,
you know? My copy of Daring Do and the Sapphire Statue. It's just a beat-up old paperback, not a one-of-a-kind first edition.
Even better! Because I can read this one with all my friends.
yay, story time with Rainbow. Rainbow's Ass presents. Okay, well, that was a book for a friend or trade ya. Wow. Wow, Rainbow Dash is really disappointing me in many areas, especially since we just got off an episode that like really showed how different she can be from other people, especially with the multitasking and how I actually relate to her in that aspect. Come on, Rainbow Dash, a book for a friend. Why? But all right. It wasn't the main aspect of the episode, but the episode itself was all right. It was okay. Many rough patches, but all right. It's enjoyable in a way, in a sense. In all, Spike, Fluttershy, and if you want to count Twilight, well, in a sense, only Spike and Fluttershy got what they originally wanted to do done in this episode. Twilight wanted to get rid of her books, but in the end, she got her books back because she realized how important they were to her. Rainbow Dash wanted the one-of-a-kind edition of Daring Do, but didn't get it, but just got something from Twilight. Rarity and Applejack, pretty self-explanatory. What they wanted, didn't get, but just like common well, like downgraded versions of what they wanted to get. So the only two characters who got what they originally intended to get is Spike and Fluttershy. But all right. Now, in this episode, shows I haven't never been to one before, but I always wanted to go. I don't know what they're even called, but I know they're like little exchange places like this where you can trade in something for another thing, and you know you can agree and stuff. So it really shows how that actually works. And all right, in one moment in the episode, I saw there's a lot of ponies in the background in this episode. A lot of ponies in the background. And I think I even saw a Philly Applejack recolor even holding a bag that looks like when she was in her flashback of leaving Ponyville and the Apple Farm to go to Manhattan. But the main one that really intrigued me, though, was, I think it was, I don't know what time it is, but I know it was early on in the episode where I saw two distinct ponies. I think 2.5 weeks, not 2.5 weeks ago, like not a while back, I just got through playing Bioshock Infinite. And they look like those two characters where, you know, they're not really real, but they are real. If you don't know who I'm talking about, heads or tails. That's all I can say. But they just look like that. They look so alike how they would look in pony form. So either my mind is playing tricks on me, or that's pretty cool. And another character was a character that was in like the wheel thing. You know, he looks like he's I don't know what they call it. I'm just gonna butcher this name. Paraplegic, I think that's what they call him. And he can't use his legs, but he's a Pegasi, so you know he has that aspect to him. But he looks like an OC character to me. Either that's like one of the most original looking designs they actually ever would put on a random background or foreground semi-important pony. That was actually pretty cool. But it does look like what an OC character would look like. It's weird in this series how you can tell what looks like a background pony, looks like a fan animated thing or a fan created thing or something else. Like how I pretty much already knew the guy with the goatee and glasses with the young filly, and one's a cute Sierra was kind of important because he looks so different. And so did this one, especially since he's a paraplegic with the wheels. So I knew he would play a big part in a way. It was a semi-important part, you know, being a trader part, but it weighs on my mind. You guys tell me where he comes from, because I know he has to have some sort of background to him, because a opponent looks like that is just too wild out there. Anyway, on to the rest of the episode. You get three main and one minor pair-ups, if you would call Spike being paired actually a pair-up. So just three main pair-ups. You got Rarity and Applejack, Pinkie Pie and Twilight, and Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy. Which, again, all makes sense for them to be together because they kind of do click that way, since Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy were together since friends, and so it makes sense for them to be together. Applejack and Rarity has always been having this little dispute here, like it's never more highlighted in Philly, not Philly Vanilla, never more highlighted in Three's a Crowd, and they've just pretty much been connected from that. Not that point on, you know what I mean. They've pretty much been connected ever since like the day they were trapped together with Twilight, and you know they've been like that. But again, it makes sense for them to be together, and Twilight and Pinkie Pie being together, because you know, in a way, yeah, Twilight was the first to meet Pinkie Pie when she first moved to Ponyville. So I guess it's pretty cool that they're together for this episode. Now, what really interests me, how many tropes that they use and how good they do them. The Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy one is like, if you ever seen Chowder, and pretty much any other kind of show that did this, is that when you want this thing, but you need to trade for that, trade for this, trade for that, trade for this, trade for this, and trade for that. And the main one I remember is when Chowder loses his hat, and he has to trade his hat back with something else, from something else to something else, and it just turns into this giant thing of getting it. So it's good how they did that, and especially how they really like connected it all. Rarity and Applejack pretty much just using their despites together in this episode. It's just like they connect so well, and they're such great friends. I love it. Because they're just trying to decide who is a nicer pony here, generosity or honesty. Fight. And it turns out they just like go in a stalemate, really, and they get the thing that they want, but it's not really a thing. But And then the last one is Pinkie Pie and Twilight. She just wanted to get rid of some books that she didn't really find out that important. She just wanted to get rid of them and stuff like that. But at the end, when Pinkie Pie unintentionally gave off good information of why Twilight should keep her books because they're actually really important to her, really makes sense. And I'm just like, and why I really say Twilight for last here is because I do the exact same thing. I still have the stick figure drawn comics that I had when I was like 6 years old and I was first doing comic books, and I still keep them today because they really are important to me. These are the things that led up to me getting better at drawing. So I keep them in like closet, and I keep them in like some drawers and stuff. They're all over the place, like in many different areas of my room. And I just go to them for like just to look how the great memories that I've had just making these characters and see how they actually grew. Because you don't know how much it baffles me. Oh man, I'm about to tear up a bit. It just happens, all right. You don't know how much it baffles me when I look back on like the 1,000 pages of my first comic, because I did not know when to stop when I did an adventure in one of my comics. But seeing this faceless, clothesless stick figure turn into what he is now as a fully like recognizable human being with clothes, hair, even designs, and he can interact with things in such different ways, just amazes me. From these little nubs of hands to actual fingers that can do in motion, really shows how much how much I've come as a drawer. And those memories can really bring you back to having, let's say you have like some type of like writer's block or drawer's block in my case. Just look back and see how far you can go, and you can get back in it. So Twilight is what really hit hard for me, and I really appreciate how she's just now just gonna keep her books. She said she doesn't have room for them, but I guess she's just gonna like leave them on the floor or something like that in the tree. But from Twilight to me to you guys, keep your memories. It may not look important at first, but really look at it as how it brought you to where you are today, and then you'll see a bigger like connection that you have with it. And it's not like an autograph from your favorite singer or something like that. It's not as special as you may think. It's just like you listened to this person for a long time and you got to meet them and they signed something for you. But I had one of those before, and all I did was leave it in a drawer, just completely forgot about it. And when I saw it again, I didn't really care because I'm here and not being an awesome singer, and that person is over there being an awesome singer. So it all depends on preference and your own personal like view of how you take in stuff. So yeah, so this episode was fine. That's my order of way I wanted to explain it, and everything was just okay. Good to see Rainbow Falls come back again for a different thing in this season. So I guess it's all right. So now we're gonna get to green means evil. Something tells me there's gonna be something green and it's gonna be evil. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.